by. All right, there's the push. We can go. Ready in 3, 2, cue.
Good Wednesday morning and welcome to your WAFB First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Henry Blakes, and hopefully you enjoyed the small little taste of autumn that we've had over the past couple of mornings, because it looks like that's going to be coming to an end. But a little bit of good news is that we're not going to be nearly as muggy for the next couple of days, despite our temperatures being on the rise. Remember, we are still in summer, so temperatures are going to be heating back up. But for this morning, starting to see just a few clouds pop up around the viewing area, just a few spotty clouds. So we're looking at relatively clear conditions across the viewing area. No precipitation to be monitored at this time, so we're looking at least some comfortable weather. I want to let you take a look at our Sky 9 camera, brought to you by Lake. Right now in Baton Rouge, looking at Children's Hospital, that sky remaining clear. No precipitation to be expected today, and conditions are a little bit on the more comfortable side. We're at 85 degrees. The wind is now out of the east. The dew point at 72 degrees. That's a little bit on the uncomfortable side, but for the moment, it doesn't really feel all that bad out. But as we go into, let's say, the afternoon, where the temperatures get closer to 90 degrees, that's where things could start feeling a little bit uncomfortable, but nothing compared to what we've had over the past several weeks, let alone months. Elsewhere, you're at 83 in New Roads, Gonzales, Patterson at 86, Hammond, New Iberia, you're at 85 degrees, 88 in New Orleans, but eventually those temperatures are going to be rising into the at least near 90 degrees for many of us. And not that much wind is out of the east mostly. A few of our coast parishes, mainly offshore, are picking up on some breezy conditions. Got small craft exercise caution issued by the National Weather Service, mainly off the coast, as they could have some gusts roughly around 20 plus miles per hour. But inland, the wind should not be all that bad, but the temperatures are going to be on the rise. You'll notice for the next couple of hours, we'll probably be reaching that 90-degree mark as we get closer to noon and after. So let's say between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock is where we're going to have some of our hottest temperatures, and that's usually when we tend to get our afternoon daytime highs here across the deep south. Speaking of highs, temperatures are going to be on the rise once again. This is from the Climate Prediction Center's forecast. Notice we're in dark red from Hattiesburg all the way into Houston. That does include the Baton Rouge area, which is an indication of much warmer than normal temperatures. So what is our normal high? Well, for right now, our normal high is right around 90 degrees. But look at the future cast. Going to go ahead and push it through at least this evening. You'll notice we'll be right around 92 degrees across the Baton Rouge area, but the heat is going to expand all across the deep south. Going into your Thursday, we'll be starting out right around 70 degrees, so not really all that bad, but watch what happens as we go into your Thursday afternoon. Temperatures potentially rising into the mid 90s, and the heat indices are going to make it feel more like closer to 100 degrees, if not hotter. Now, at the moment, no real need for a heat advisory or any type of extreme heat warnings, but just to keep in mind, it is going to feel like 100 degrees, if not hotter. Not really out of the ordinary for South Louisiana, but still uncomfortable. Near 70 for your Friday morning. Here we go again, back with another round of mid, maybe even upper 90s, especially in northern Louisiana, Shreveport, possibly getting to 96 degrees, if not hotter. As we go into the weekend, not much is going to change, folks. The good news is that we're not going to have any precipitation this weekend. However, it is going to be a bit on the hotter side with more rounds of 90. Speaking of precipitation, where is it going to be? Well, nowhere near here. If you have any travel plans anywhere across the deep south or to the Carolinas or even Oklahoma City, for now, the weather does appear to look relatively decent and calm overall. Maybe a few spotty showers for parts of North Louisiana as you go into your Friday, but really no big disturbances to impact our weather here across the WAFB viewing area. So we're looking at great outdoor weather, but just be sure to take those heat-related precautions before you head out for an extended period of time. Now let's take a look at the tropics. I know it looks like there's a lot of activity going on, but just not enough of the ingredients needed for tropical development right now. We've got The upper air conditions are a bit on the drier side, and there's a lot of shear out there in the Atlantic, even the Gulf. So these are not prime conditions for any type of tropical development. However, we do have a few tropical waves across the Atlantic. They're really not looking at any type of potential of undergoing intensification. So for the time being, over the next 7 days, it looks like we are tropical system free across the Atlantic basin and the Gulf for the moment. Now, I know you may have seen online some pushes going out about weather models and potential disturbance in the Gulf. As you've known, and as we tend to stress to everyone, that is roughly 2+ weeks out. Sometimes the models do tend to get a little bit excessive as we go farther out. The accuracy with the weather models, they are more accurate within 24 to 48 hours of your current time, but the farther out in the future you go, they become less reliable. So yes, you are going to be seeing some posts on social media about tropical development in the Gulf, but for now, we're not seeing it at the moment, but we are in the peak of hurricane season. So if things do get rumbling, then we'll let you know. But for now, over the next 7 days, there is no indication of any type of tropical development in the Gulf, let alone in the Atlantic. So we are A-OK for the moment. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in, and be sure to watch WAFB 9 News at noon. Jeff Moore will have more on your local and event forecast, and we'll have more updates tonight on 9 News at 5, 6, and 10. And also, if you haven't done so already, be sure to download our First Alert Weather app and WAFB apps onto your mobile devices so you can catch our broadcasts whenever you like.